Hey guys, Chicky Domain, Debut.com with a Debut.com surf forecast update. This forecast update effective around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, March 28th, 2017. And okay, here comes April Fool's Swell 2017. What we've been advertising starts you off here in the Atlantic. We have a storm system, south tip of Greenland in here, that has now produced seas at max 45 feet on the backside of this west-northwest swell. We have what has now become X90L Invest. This is the area that was suspect of possibly becoming a rare tropical storm, which would have received the name Arlene. Chances have diminished on that. But if you saw our website update yesterday, Debut.com, you know we talked about regardless of whether or not this would acquire a name, it was going to be the interaction with this area of low pressure on the backside of the OBX once it slid up in here towards Newfoundland, and then this X90L Invest also lifted up, that the interaction between these two systems are going to combine in here for another low pressure system that will likely produce seas in excess of 40 feet. Longtime followers of Debut.com know that we sometimes talk about how the Pacific and the Atlantic can sometimes mirror each other. Once this develops, this will make two systems in the Pacific within a 7-day period producing seas in excess of 40 feet. And then once this confirms out, we'll have two systems within a 7-day window in the Atlantic producing seas in excess of 40 feet. Show it to you in the latest sea state analysis. Here is Newfoundland up in here. Don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but you can see max seas with that system at 45 feet. Here is X90L Invest down in here. Now, swell should start to fill in over the next day or two from this system for East Florida. It's come out of the Bahama shadow. When it was down in here, the little easterly swell that was being developed was being blocked, at least Florida being blocked, by the Bahama shadow. Now that this system has lifted up in here, this opens up the easterly winds aimed at Florida. Seas right now, max seas 17 feet. Now again, here's this area of low pressure on the backside of the Outer Banks. That's supposed to move up in here towards St. John's, Newfoundland like this as X90L Invest lifts up into here. We'll show you that in the latest GFS model run. Switch you over to the 24-hour swell forecast. And so this is 15 to 18 seconds west-northwest swell aimed at here at West Africa. This is what Jesper and the boys at Surf Camp Nagore can expect on Friday into Saturday. Last swell forecast I saw, he posted they're expecting 15 to 25 feet of surf coming in. And then, of course, the wrap in here aimed at Portugal. But you can see clearly here is where the swell is being generated. We go back to the satellite imagery, and again, you can see that that's right in here. 48-hour swell forecast for Florida showing 8 to 10 seconds, maybe a little bit longer period in some easterly swell in here, guys. So whatever's coming, get it. The wind should be offshore this morning. Surf looked fun out back. So give it some time to try and fill in. Again, it's just coming out of the Bahama shadows. You can see right in here is about where the system is. And you can see, look, 20-second front runners passing just to the east of the islands in here. So this has got some underlying northeast swell to it. And as the system starts to move up, now this is going to play into the long-term forecast. So bear with me, guys. This is, notice how the swell direction switches right here and the periods start to spread out. This 13 seconds in here developing. When we get into 96 hours, this is where 90L Invest in that low on the backside of the Outer Banks. This is where it's forecast to set up. Location, location, location. If it sets up a little bit too far to the north, it's probably not going to happen. Sets up right in here or a little further to the south, the more northeast swell that's going to be generated. Show it to you in the model. Here's that area east of Newfoundland, right in here. That's the one with seas, max seas at 45 feet right now. Here's X90L Invest. Here's that area of low pressure on the backside of the OBX. Advance the model for you. You'll see X90L Invest lifts up at the same time as that OBX low heads towards Newfoundland. And then look, these two start to interact with each other. Not clear to see, not clear at the moment which one will be the dominant feature. We want this one to be the dominant feature, giving us the stronger northeast fetch. Advance the model for you some more. Now, this is going into 72 hours now, March 31st, Friday. And there are some negatives as far as winds along the U.S. East Coast. But as you can see, that's northeast winds coming through here, creating northeast ground swell aimed at Hispaniola, Puerto Rico in here. Should be firing, guys. Remember, the old rule of thumb, if it ain't breaking at your house, don't mean it's not going off at somebody else's. But strong southerly flow in here, beginning to develop along the U.S. East Coast at around swell arrival time, may dampen some people's spirits. But bear with me, because it looks like an active phase is going to continue through here as we get another low pressure system moving into the mid-Atlantic. So northeast swell generated from this next system. Another round coming for the boys in West Africa and the East Atlantic. Watch as this low pressure now exits east of the mid-Atlantic. Opens up some northerly fetch in here, again aimed at Puerto Rico and the islands. It looks like an extended period of surf coming for the island nations in here. And then this looks to be the last winter caliber type swell event for the Atlantic. I will advance the model for you just a little bit more. Now, this is at 7 days, and I'm going to hold it here because there's some uncertainty. But look at this low pressure now moving into the Gulf of Mexico region. Gulf of Mexico surfers, it looks like a strong southerly suck-up is going to develop. Could see some gale winds coming into the Panhandle region in the upcoming forecast. That's all we got for you for now, guys. Stay tuned for the next update.